We know frames to video is the most reliable way to create videos, and we know that when using multi-shot, we cannot attach images of frames, or can we? Also, creating videos on Flow can be quite expensive, and the best way to lower the costs is by multi-shot with references. Since you might be starting with Flow, first I'm going to show you the basics of multi-shot, and then I will show you how to multi-shot with image grids, characters, and references. Now, both Veo 3.1 and Omni Flash support multi-shot prompting. The concept is simple. You define several different camera shots inside one single prompt. First, you set the overall style of the video at the very top. No timestamps, and this part is optional, but it gives the model a little bit of context. Then we break down the scene shot by shot, opening each line with the camera angle. I will use 10 seconds, ingredients, and then 16:9 and Omni Flash. I will go right here and paste my prompt. I want a clean modern music workspace with natural daylight with a white and light blue color palette, and then I define the style. And all of this, again, it's about context. Authentic UGC style with handheld camera movement. Once we define the context of the shot, we add the timestamps with the camera shot and what happens on that very specific part. First, I want a close-up shot, then with the shot changes at mark 4, I want a medium over the shoulder shot, and to finish on mark 7, I want a wide shot. So yeah, you define the shot and then what happens. I'm going to run this generation. Let's play it back. First, I have the close-up, grade, then the over the shoulder, and then we need the wide shot, panning. Great. Will this work with Veo 3.1? Yes, it works, but you need to change some things. I will go to video again, but then if I change it to maybe fast, you can only do up to 8 seconds. So if I go here and paste the prompts, I need to change the timestamps. It's just the same prompt with different timestamps. I'm gonna run this generation. Let's play it back. Second shot, and we don't get the third shot. When using Veo 3.1, sometimes you will not get it right on the first attempt, so you might need to run it multiple times. Multi-shot works much better when using Omni. Of course, you can use ingredients or characters and avatars by locking them to the prompt, and everything we've learned so far still applies. For example, this is my prompt. I want a 4-shot sequence of Mike, which is a character, right? So this is the new characters feature that we get on Flow, inside of an office, and he's holding a red coffee cup. So I'm using 2 different ingredients. Now then we move forward and we define the different shots. I want a close-up, a smooth tracking shot, a full body shot, and then an overhead. And notice that the prompt is a little bit different from the previous one. I'm starting with a shot count on each. Omni and Veo, especially Omni, are pretty smart when it comes to reasoning. So it understands that you're talking about shots. And personally, I really like to use the shot count because it's just easier to read, I mean for humans. I'm gonna run this and I will use Omni Flash. It works much better with references and multi-shot. And I'm like 95% that I will get what I want. Let's see what we get back.
Okay, just need to stay calm. Act like everything is normal. They cannot find out about this.
Great. So these are the basics of multi-shot. Let's go deeper. Oh, before we move forward, if you want a document with all the different prompts I'm using right here, comment prompt down below and I will send you a link. And also, if you like this video and you like how I teach, you can join one of my courses. Check the links in the description. We know that using frames to video is the most consistent and right to the point way of creating videos, but we cannot multi-shot every single shot because we can use only one single frame. What we can do is to provide a grid as a reference, an ingredient, and ask Omni to use each slot as a reference. For example, I have this 2x2 grid of a woman just drinking a coffee. So on the prompt, I will just do @ and go to the grid. I'm just gonna attach it. I don't need to lock it, I just need to attach it as an ingredient. And then we provide the instructions. Using the 2x2 grid, create a sequence with the woman and the kitchen. Remember that the first part of the prompt is the context. So I'm telling Omni Flash what we want to use and what we want to create. And then we just keep moving forward and we define the different shots. And I'm saying on each of the shots, match the top left, match the top right, match the bottom left, and then match the right panel, the bottom right panel. On each of the shots, I'm providing a little bit more context about what's going on and what is the shot. And also notice that I'm using a different format for the timestamps, so you can use this method. I'm going to run this generation, and again, I'm like 90% sure that this will work perfectly because I tested all of this and it was great. Was this perfect? Of course not, but it was pretty good. Every single shot that we get are highly usable. If you run one single prompt for each shot, you will be using way more credits, and sometimes you will be getting bad generations, meaning that you will need to spend even more credits. So since I am providing the frame reference for each shot, do I need to provide the shot type and what happens on each slot? No, not really, but if you don't say anything, you are letting Omni off the leash. I mean, you could get anything, but nonetheless, let's give it a go. I'm using the same context, the same grid, but now I'm not saying anything, just letting Omni match the different slots. Gonna run this one. Let's take a look. That's the first one, the second one. That's fine so far. Good, not that great, and that's fine. Again, just like before, it's good, not perfect. The whole point right here is to chop the different parts and then create a composition. But remember, when you do something like this, you have no control over the action. We are trusting Omni to guess what's going on by reading the context of the grid. Now, sometimes providing a grid one single image with a storyboard can cause Omni to make mistakes because we are just adding or asking for too much. And this is actually on the documentation. It says that grids can confuse Omni a little bit. Instead, we can provide standalone ingredients and prompt to use those ingredients. And this is the closest that we can get to a frames to video type of workflow. These are my shots. I have a robot on Mars, then the robot, it's kind of a lost, then a spaceship appears, and then the robot looks up. I'm going to take the one scene, I'm going to drop it as an ingredient. I'm going to take the number 2, then the number 3, and then the number 4. And then I'm just prompting that I want to use the references and I want to create a sequence. Again, a little bit of context. And then on each shot, I'm letting the model know and I'm locking that reference, and locking references will help the model to keep the consistency with that shot. Then it's just business as usual. We define the shot and what happens on that shot. And then we repeat the same process with the shot number 2, 3, and then 4. As before, I'm using Omni, and you can use Veo, but Omni works much better when you do something like this. 10 seconds. Fingers crossed. Let's run it. This one's good. Approved. Not that great, but it's fine. And of course, this one is bad. So we can confirm that this, of course, makes mistakes, but for the most part, it was pretty good. We just need to pick the parts we like or we want and then create a composition. That's it. If you liked this video, remember to hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Don't be a stranger.